Hey, beautiful people. Andrew the Realtor here with my March 2023 heavens housing market update, and this is going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to give you specific numbers on what is happening in the market now. It's going to be quite a bit different than some of the stuff you might be hearing on the news or in the media. And basically, after this, you're definitely going to know what's happening in the market. I'm going to pretty much persuade you as to what is actually happening in the market. And you'll do with that what you will. Now, as this title says, buyers, I warned you. I'll do my best not to do an "I told you so" kind of situation. I never want to rub it in. The whole point is, I want you to be confident. If you've seen my previous market updates, I want you to be confident in the fact that what I'm giving you, and I'll give you the actual numbers, is very much the truth. So let me get right to it. As always, the purpose of this is to provide value for you guys. Please hit like and subscribe if it's on YouTube, so you guys can see this the next time it comes out. I do one of these every month and one for a specific area as well. And it's only this real estate information. I do have a program. It's going to be in the bottom of the video description. That does, if you go in there, you put in your address, and the program will automatically tell you if someone in your area, your neighborhood is putting the house on the market, what it's sold for, all that kind of stuff. Very interesting. It's free. It's a service I provide to try to be of, again, value to you guys. So let's get right to it. This is going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to minimize myself here because we're going to go right into the numbers, and it's going to be very important to pay attention. I'll try not to overwhelm, but the point is I want to show you where the market is currently, and it's actually kind of exciting, at least for me, in being in the business. So here goes. So these are the stats from last month. This is February. We're well into over half of March now, and usually I get these out a little bit earlier in the month, or I try to. I did want to have some specific numbers, some specific ideas that I'll share with you before I made this market update. So one of the first things you hear is this idea of two halves. At least that's what I call it. What most of you have heard of the news or in magazines or articles in the newspaper is that the housing sales are down about 50%, half the sales of 2022, and they keep comparing it to that. But notice here. First of all, let's go to month over year. So this is February last month, 23 versus February 2022, which is a very busy, very crazy month. So sales down 47%. Okay, so half, 50% basically. That's understandable. So now look at average price. An average price was down almost 18%. Okay, that's significant, no doubt about it. Okay. And interestingly, of course, average days on market, this is important as well. Not that it's necessarily negative or positive, but it's well over a month. And in February of 2022, average days on market for the property was 11 days. That's a week and a half. Pretty crazy. And of course, you can see the decline in price year over year, detached 20%, 21. So you can see over here, quite significant. Now, here's the half that you should have been hearing about. The reality is, over 50% more sales in February of this year versus January of this year. What does that tell you? Increase in sales, tremendous increase in sales. And of course, end of January was the last time we had the interest rate hike, and we all know the interest rates did not come up the last time they had the meeting, which was earlier this month. And that tells us that market is getting busier and busier and busier. I can tell you on a daily basis, we're selling almost double basically per day on average in terms of properties what we were selling in January. I think I mentioned it in the last month's market update as well. So very important. Homes sold last month versus January, tremendous number, much higher, which is good. It's a good, healthy sign. Here's the ditty. Here's the thing. Buyers, please bear with me. Average price was up 5.5%. I know it's average. I know it's depending on the area. I know it's only 1 month. But the average of February versus January of this year, we're already up 5.5%. I'm going to have more on this, by the way. Just stay with me. And, of course, average days on market also went down. So we had 41 in January on average, and in February was 33. So way more sales, more inventory, slightly higher price, and homes are sitting in the market 20% less. Interesting. Doesn't sound like a down market, does it? Sounds like things are really picking up. And the interesting thing is, price-wise, this is up 5.5% on average. You get up 7% on detached, semis almost 5, down home over 5, and condos are up versus January. This is February versus January of this year. Very important. So what's the trajectory? Clearly, the trajectory is upward. A couple of other points here to note, because I always mention average prices to be taken with a grain of salt. So notice here, the average selling price for February, we just saw it, was $1,095,000. You just saw it in the previous slide, which is down 17.9%. Understandable. Some of this decline, interestingly, attributable to the fact that the share of sales below 1 million was 57% in February of 23 and 38%, only 30% a year earlier. So the point is, the average this February of 2023, there were a lot more cheaper things, condos predominantly would be the cheaper property that were, or maybe condo townhomes that were in that pool of homes properties sold last month. There were more of those than there were in 2022. So those averages aren't really even accurate. So the market's actually even stronger than we thought. So, and it's fallen even less than really that 17.9%. It's actually probably a little bit less, but it's because we're comparing a little bit of apples to oranges there. And throughout most of 22, overall market sentiment was that interest rates would surge and property prices would fall. They did fall in the first half, or really the kind of the second quarter of 2022. And basically, it's been flat since then, and now they're increasing in terms of price. Mortgage inquiries are up. This is interesting, guys. Keep this in mind. Mortgage inquiries are up. Applications and pre-approvals are up as well. This is the information that I get from my mortgage partners and that kind of thing. So that's very, very important. So all that to tell you, because I still hear people thinking, oh, well, is the market going to go down? Well, maybe there's still a bit of space. Maybe the price is going to listen. It's already on an upward trajectory. To be quite very honest, buyers who will be waiting for that already missed out. They've already missed out. They should have bought last month. Now we're in March. Now things are starting to go upwards. One mortgage agent specifically mentioned that just last month, 4 of their realtor partners bought. Why would a real estate agent buy in this market if it's supposed to be a horrible market, expecting the prices to go down? Because we're not, and it's not. Smart people who watch the market very closely. Major banks are predicting Bank of Canada meeting earlier this month, leading to no change in rates, and will further boost confidence buyers. So the fact that the interest rates didn't go up actually boosts this all the further. I'm seeing it. There's a lot of showings on all of my listings at this point, which is pretty amazing. So moving forward, here's something I really want to show you guys. Keeping the prices, average price, in perspective. So this is February of 2022 versus February of 2021 and February of 2023. Notice the circled parts here. So this is February of 2021, average price. 2 years ago, not 22, which is the crazy one. You can see 22 was very, very high. Crazy increase, average up 27.7%. That was last year versus the year before. Notice what I'm going to compare to. I'm going to compare now, 2023, to 2021, before the craziness of 22. Notice here. So average price in February of 2021, $1,044,000. Average price last month, $1,095,000. That's about what, 5% or so? An increase, 5% versus 2 years ago. So we're already higher than 2 years ago. A few months ago, you would have heard me say in these updates, hey, now the prices for homes are roughly what they were about a couple of years ago. Now they're actually higher. And they've been kind of edging that way recently. Here is the very interesting thing. Now, this is what the prices were going up at. This is crazy. It's red. It's not sustainable. This is from 21 to 22. So up until last year, February of 22, detached are up 31, semis were up 29.6. Okay, so those are crazy numbers. Now here are the negatives. This is the negative stuff. Move myself here. This is the negative stuff you will be hearing. Oh, the prices are down 19%. Wait a second. If house detached, as an example, are down 20%, and they were up 31% before, well, they're up 11% versus 2021. So they're still up. Interesting. Semis down 21.4%. Oh, that's rough. But they were up 29. So this is actually up 8. You can see where I'm going here. Plus 30 minus 16 means they're up 14. Plus 24 minus 12 means they're up 12 point something. What I'm trying to show is the prices now, on average, are higher than they were in 2021. And across the board here, some of these homes, detached semis especially, are doing even better. The point being, this idea of the lower market, bubble bursting, these kind of things, that's already gone. Already gone. Now, I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm just going to leave it there. Moving along. So, where are the opportunities for something like this? You saw what the prices are. Prices are starting to go up a little bit. What are they going to do the rest of the year? Are they going to stay flat? No, because they're not flat now. They're moving up. The trajectory in price is upwards. And notice here, a little bit of an opportunity here. So I got all these different cities here. Toronto's maintaining. Of course, Toronto also includes condos and those kinds of things. This is all properties. And the outskirts with the larger properties, larger homes, Stouffville, Richmond Hill, Vaughan, good example right here. All higher, strong pricing. Notice where the options, where the opportunity lies. Durham region. That's why I circled it here. Pickering, Ajax, Oshawa, Whitby. all significantly lower than the others. Now, that's an average price for a specific month. There are plenty of very expensive homes in Pickering and Ajax. 2, 3, 4, 5 million, absolutely. But this is the average. The point being here, we've seen the prices are going up. They're going up. Price of specific properties are already not only going up, they're actually up from 2021. So the only loss was in 22. But then, a year later, we're back up again. So this is very important. This is very, very important. And this is opportunity a little bit of opportunity for buyers you can find here. Because I'm trying to be nice to buyers. Buyers, there's plenty of opportunity right now. Plenty of opportunity right now. Believe me. Again, prices are nowhere near where they were 22. And I'll mention something very interesting that maybe some of you guys don't know. I was reminded by this by a very, very man who's very much knowledgeable about the market. During the history of Toronto Real Estate Board, never has it been that a market goes down, average price goes down, corrects. There's a market correction without it going right back in 2 years. Not only has it never done twice, per se, but whenever it's corrected, it's come back after 2 years. Every single time. Every single time in about a century. So keep that in mind. Opportunity lies, a lot of it in Durham, but pretty much anywhere, especially because the prices are still not yet where they were in 22. They are already over where they were in 2021. What about rates? Andrew, it's the rates, it's inflation. Obviously, that's going to affect this. Maybe there's some possibility that it's going to go down. Well, look where the rates are currently. Right about here. And they're very similar to where they were in the late 2000s. 2009, 2010. Look at this. So, how much more up is there? Well, what about inflation, Andrew? Certainly inflation will push it up. Well, here's the inflation. The highest it's been, 8.1. That was June of 2022. Ended the year on an average of 6.8, 6.3 in the actual month of December. We have not yet seen the number in February. Or we got the numbers from February, but January of this year, 5.9. Where the inflation numbers going? Downwards. Significantly downwards. I know things are still expensive. I know inflation's still there. I totally get it. I've been to the grocery store too. But look at the numbers. They're going down. The inflation numbers are going down, which means interest rates are what? Going to keep going up for some reason? No. That's why they stopped. So prices are up. Inventory is up. Sales are up. Inflation is going down. Interest rates are going to go up? No, I don't think so. In fact, more and more people are saying kind of what I've been saying for the past few months. Second half of this year, maybe even late spring, summer. Maybe a slight drop. Even a small chance, very small chance, that the next time they have the meeting, Bank of Canada has a meeting, maybe they'll even drop their interest rate. Very small chance, don't quote me on that. However, sometime this year, I'm pretty confident it'll happen. So, what do you guys think is going to happen with the market? So, here's the quick summary of it. You guys saw the numbers. So, inventory higher, prices higher than 2021. Haven't got up to 22 yet. That's going to take a little while. And sales are up. So, interest is up, demand is up, and people are slowly trying to understand, hey, listen, the market's not crashing. Let's get in this market. Let's get on the plans with moving, buying, and selling. So, buyers, those thinking of buying and selling, some of this is going to be from the same from last month. It's a great time to buy. Yes, I mentioned that you're a little bit late already. Some of you listened to me, a lot of you didn't, but nonetheless, inventory is higher and increasing, prices are increasing. You saw that. Mortgage interests are higher. You can get 1 or 2 year mortgage, and chances are it's going to be lower in the future. But even at this rate, again, you saw it comparable to the other discounted rates versus the past probably 15, 20 years. Not bad at all. So more options, lower prices, less competition. Prices are still lower than they were in 2022. How much longer is that going to maintain? For now, it's literally what a lot of buyers were asking for over the past few years. And I was saying this in the beginning of the year. It's slightly less applicable now because prices have gone up a little bit, but still, opportunity is there. Take advantage, guys. Take advantage. Sellers, I haven't forgot about you, not the least bit. Be realistic. Don't cave to the pressure. I saw last month, February, and in January, sellers caving to the pressure. I saw the prices, and now other sellers in those same areas now have to deal with those lower prices, trying to explain, guys, they made the wrong move. And you know what? Those that stuck to their guns, those sellers who stuck to their prices, a lot of them actually did end up getting the prices. So if you followed my advice above, you got or will get a better price this month or next. It will happen. Buyers are there, prices are maintaining, prices are strengthening, prices are going up. Remember that you're also probably buying in the same market. Sellers, remember that. If you're making a move, same market, you're not losing out. You're doing fine. Make sure your home looks good, especially on pictures. I've already mentioned that last one. And don't forget how much equity you've built over all this time. Be encouraged in how much money you've made in that house. Astoundingly, right? Many of whom, some of you do a lot of work in your house. Some of you have done not much work in your house. The equity is still there. So moving right along, of course, I want to finish up mentioning my intent. As always, I want to give you guys value. I want to provide value to you guys. If there are any questions, you guys have my information. My contact information is at the bottom of the video. Hope those words of help. Guys, honestly, the market is ripe for opportunity. Again, maybe last month would have been better in terms of specific prices, but there was less inventory. So now you got more options and the prices are still decent. Get in there if you can. Questions, answer me or ask me, excuse me, and I will do the answering. Hence the Ask Andrew. That's how we work. Guys, have a fantastic rest of March. Hopefully the weather will be better next time you watch the next video, which will be in April, God willing. See you guys soon. Take care.